And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 195, John Bon Jovi, we got a show for you. Which household appliance is best at cooking steak? Why you should drink airplane coffee. Plus Kush reviews The Surfer in this week's movie review, and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined as always by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
We're going to keep it to an hour, but I bet we go to It's Kush Hayes. It's the Waffle Box. It's the best part of Wednesdays. It's the official Waffle Box. And no substitutions, coming to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. 38 short weeks away, Mike Fish.
Wow.
You love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you, Producer Lathan.
Howdy doody, fellas. Boy, am I still recovering from Cinco de Mayo on Monday. I've never eaten so many sandwiches. Huh? And even though it's no longer Cinco de Mayo, I want to use this platform and give a special shout out to all of my favorite brands of mayonnaise. Hellman's, Duke's, Kewpie. Can't forget Bacon-naise. There really should be more holidays dedicated to condiments. They don't get the respect they deserve.
Dude.
I
hope he was being funny there. Otherwise, you know, man, people are always like, if I could go back in time, I'd go back and I'd murder Hitler as a baby. And like, that's all well and good or whatever. But if it was to me, one, go back in time, I don't even like going to the East Bay by Bart. But two, if I was to go back in time, thank you, Producer Lathan. If I was to go back in time, I'd go to the 13th century where mayo was created. It was a French chef for the French Revolution, the French military, and he was just like, I gotta do something with this eggs and water and a little sugar, and
vinegar,
and that thus created mayo. I while I'm sorry to forget his name, that is a fact. I might be missing an ingredient or two. But that's how mayo got created, is the French Revolution of the 13th, 14th? The French Revolution. Napoleon's time. We need to go back in time and murder that motherfucker.
I'm pretty sure it's vinegar in there as well, because that's the smell of mayonnaise just repulses me.
Okay, I'm glad we're 2 for 2 on this one then. 2 out of 2 of us hate fucking mayonnaise.
And it's
Producer Lathan doesn't get a vote.
And the texture's weird.
I'm not
if I'm making a sandwich for someone else and they ask for mayonnaise and I get just the slightest bit of mayonnaise on my finger, I'm like, ugh.
Might as well blow your nose into a sandwich.
That's disgusting.
Also disgusting.
Anyway, how was your, did you do anything festive on Monday?
No, not at all. In fact, I recorded the Waffle Box on Cinco de Mayo.
This is Wednesday, remember? Oh my God!
Oh, Jesus! Oh, damn!
The Matrix has fallen.
Like,
you took the wrong pill.
Let's not tell everybody we're doing this on another day. Yeah, no, I much like Cinco de Mayo, much like St. Patrick's Day, much like 420. Ooh. Yeah, I hate the idea of like, let's just have a holiday to drink. Cinco de Mayo, a real thing, however, exaggerated by American marketing.
If there's one holiday I like to drink, it's March the 16th.
Give me a hell yeah! Hell yeah. Ironically, St. Patrick's Day's on 3/17. Give me a hell yeah!
I was making birria tacos for the festivities.
Okay.
Way back 2 days ago on Monday. And I was just in the work group chat and I was like, I'm cooking birria tacos. Ooh. And a colleague of mine was like, hey Fish, your white's showing.
Oh.
And I was like,
That's a weird
What,
name for
what,
my dick. And why are you naming my dick?
what can I say? I'm white. I'm British. Like even Snow looks at me and goes, "Look at that white motherfucker." Like I am the whitest of whites. I'm half Irish. What do you want from me?
You're Western European 1,000%.
100 bajillion% no backsies.
No backsies.
No backsies. Um, Before I ask you
Hmm.
how your week was, because I always want to remember that I'm going to say this right. So you know the whole thing about the American medical system, or those
Yeah.
corporations and being all corporationy and charging so much money
Yeah.
for medication
Please,
and
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
Americans,
yeah, yeah.
please don't get sick. God damn. Please don't get sick.
So the other day, right, I went to the pharmacy to pick up
Okay.
my prescription.
Seems legit. What is your prescription for, if we may ask? That's a HIPAA. That might be a HIPAA law that I'm breaking, but you can always say, I don't want to talk about it.
For me noggin, shall we say,
Hmm.
to keep me
Okay.
on balance.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry I asked.
No, it's fine. I'll talk about it. But anyway, reason I bring this up is what I forgot is because I am on someone else's insurance. All right,
Mrs. Fish.
indeed. And she's recently switched jobs, and
Ah,
her new insurance hasn't quite kicked in yet.
shit.
And I was like, fuck, I forgot about this. And so they were like, well, we kind of need the new insurance to put this through.
They do.
Otherwise, you can
Pay
pay
thousands.
out of pocket for it. I was
Hmm.
like, oh, fuck. And I was like, well, I don't know how long until this insurance is going to kick in. And I kind of don't want to go for an extended period without said medication.
You do not.
So I was like, God, I mean, I'm between a rock and a hard place here. So
Hmm.
I just asked them, fuck it, let's find out. I was like, how much would it cost to get this prescription out of pocket? And so she looked at it and she was like, $23. And I was like,
Oh,
but
isn't
it's
that
like this
nice?
this mixture of a roller coaster of emotion. Because it was
Hmm.
at first, it was like, oh, woof, that's not too much. That's quite reasonable, actually.
Hmm.
But then the second part of the thought came in, was like, wait, why am I getting the cheap shit? What the fuck? Is this not good? I was almost offended at how cheap my medication was.
You're new to American medicine, so in time you'll be like, "Thank God for the generic shit."
I guess.
No, I'm confirming that for you. In time, you'll be like, "Thank God for the generic shit," because it's the same thing. It's just not the brand name. That's all it is. It's just not the brand name. Um, yeah, I've been in that. While I haven't been in the position where there was a Mrs. Hayes whose insurance I depended on, there has been a thing where like, yeah, your insurance isn't. They're not answering the phone for whatever reason. So if you want this, it will be dot dot dot, and I'm expecting like hundreds of dollars, and they're like, it's gonna be $40. And when the insurance is involved, it'd be like free, maybe $5 at most. So, but at the time, I'm just like, I really need this. I don't want to fuck around. We can figure it out later. Here's $40. So, yeah.
It's weird.
Of
You
all the
always,
worst case situations, you had a pretty good one there,
I
in
know,
my
but you always
opinion.
consider the worst, considering that just to say hello to my doctor cost me $30.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So there was a situation back in the day where we thought we were under the impression we might have testicular cancer. By the way, of
We?
all the cancers you could have, testicular cancer is like the one you want.
Oh, I
It's
heard
the
bladder
easiest.
cancer was pretty good.
Okay, okay. I don't know about bladder
Because
cancer, but
I haven't done any research on it, but from what I understood is because generally, like nothing from the bladder goes into your rest of your body. It's all being flushed out. So it's very
oh,
hard for it to spread. That's what
oh,
I
fascinating.
heard. I could be
Okay,
wrong. I'm not a doctor, but so
okay.
yeah.
It seems to add up in this non-medical
Yeah.
podcast. However,
Disclaimer, neither me or Kush are medical doctors.
We are not doctors.
Just doctors of fugonomics.
I might be a pharmacist once upon a time, but we are not doctors. Anyways, so long story short, I never had cancer. Best case scenario, I ended up having 3 testicles. One is very underdeveloped. It's the center one.
Wait,
Uh,
what? So like some people had third nipples, you have a third testicle?
I have 3 balls.
Boom!
It's pretty nice. It was
Yeah.
again, it was the best case scenario. However, it took us 6 months to get to that. And for the first couple of weeks, when we didn't have any answers, I was like, let's get a second opinion and maybe a third opinion. So, like, again, we went back to the hospital to get another blood test and sit in a room for 20 minutes and have someone grab your balls and
All
have you
3 of them.
cough. All 3 of them, apparently. Um, guess what? We would get the bill for that. Thankfully, I was an employee of the city of San Francisco, so I went to general. Like a good portion of it was covered, but guess what? Sitting in that room for 20 minutes to get a blood test and have someone fondle my balls, all 3 of them,
All 3 of
it
them.
still cost $100, and that was in $2005.
Be cheaper to go to
Yeah, that's so
Amsterdam.
20 years ago. Fucking hell.
Have you ever, since now it's just I'm finding out you have 3 testicles.
3.
Have you ever used a line on a woman? Hey, would you like to ride the tricycle?
No, I have not. But I have asked them, have you ever been with a man that has 3 balls? And they went, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, well, now you have. And someone were like, damn. And someone were like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. You're a mutant. Like, oh.
I don't know. Is that
And
the
they're both
equivalent of like
right.
being with a woman with 3 breasts?
Yeah, wouldn't mind.
Are you Total Recall? Are you the male version of Total Recall?
One of. Yes, sir.
Wow.
There are dozens of us, sir. Dozens.
And we meet up every summer.
We don't, but we should.
You should.
Wait.
I'm feeling like
We
inferior.
might have to do the
Do it.
triple nut hookup. Sponsored by the Waffle Box, the original Waffle Box. The best part of Wednesdays is sickness.
I'd be proud to put our name on that then. Although
We'll
I do
have to
feel
talk about
inferior
this
as a
after-
man, only
Oh my
having 2
God,
testicles.
I'm glowing here.
See, this is why we do it.
This is the best part of Wednesdays.
The best part of Wednesday.
Yeah,
Other than
we
that,
have
how
to
was
talk more
your?
about this later. We have to talk more about this later. Let's get into the show,
Shall we get straight into the top stories then? Should we not ruin this?
please. Yes,
All right.
I'm beaming here. I've done a 180. I was kind of in an okay mood, and now I'm in a great mood. Maybe that's a 45-degree
This
mood.
is
I
why
don't
we
know.
make a good team. But a lot of
That just feels
things
good.
other than discovery of Kush's third testicle, a lot of things have been going on this week. And let's talk about them in this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Bubbles.
This week's big news. Oh my gosh.
Dinosaur. I don't know what you're talking about.
Grand Theft Auto 6
Oh, I did hear about that.
has been delayed.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
For those who played Grand Theft Auto, you'll get that sound reference. If not,
That's from San Andreas, right?
facts.
Just the facts, ma'am.
So yeah, Rockstar Games recently sent out a press release stating that Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release in May 26, 2026.
Sure, Jan.
Quoting, "We are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for your support and your patience, and we look forward to further delaying this game in the near future." I might have added that last bit at the end. But Yeah, it's supposed to come out late this year. It got delayed to May 26, 2026.
Yes, just in time for Christmas this year is when it's supposed to come out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that I finally understand because like I knew it was coming out and then I saw the memes and the reactions and they're like, "Oh my God, can't believe they're delaying this shit." And I was like, "Well, it's been like apparently it's been like 13 years and three separate consoles." So part of me was like, "Yeah, that's a long goddamn time." And also I'm like, "Well, it's only a little bit of time more." And then again, three whole consoles. At the same time, though, if you get this video game, it hopefully is a full video game and not something being dished out to you piecemeal,
Oh, it'd
meaning
be
you
100%
spend $70
super
on
thick.
it and then like, oh, would you like to play this level? $20, please. Oh, would you like this suit? $5, por favor.
Would you like this
Uh,
special limited edition car? That'd be another 9.99.
yeah, right. So I sincerely hate all of that shit. I also hate having my console plugged into the internet. So, one, I don't have a PS5. I'm not getting a PS5. I refuse to get a PS5. Don't need the PS5. I still have my PS4 here, and now
Ooh,
it was
la-di-da. I got a
originally a very
PS3
fancy
rocking up.
Blu-ray player, and now is still a very fancy Blu-ray player. And I disconnected it from the internet after like the fourth update that I didn't want that took forever when I just wanted to play GTA 5.
But yeah, that's the annoying thing. Because I do want to get a PlayStation 5 just so I can play Grand Theft Auto 6 when it does eventually come out. Hopefully, by the time it comes out, quote unquote, May 26th. Sure, that's gonna happen. But
Again,
consoles be cheaper. But yeah, I hate
they
there's
won't
two
be.
versions where you can get the version where you can still put discs into the console, or you just download the games onto your console.
Oh God, that's like
But
a day
I'm
and a
I'm
half.
just worried. Is that gonna be because I'm not familiar with that console shit. Is it gonna be like if the internet goes down, or I won't be able to play a game? Because
You will not be
that's
able to play a game.
that's horseshit.
Confirmed.
I want to play the fucking
That's
game,
it. That's
so I'm gonna have
it.
to pay
There you go.
extra.
No, no, that doesn't matter how much extra you pay. If the internet is not working, you don't get to play your game.
Well, no, if you pay extra for the disc version, you'll still be able to play like the story mode. You just won't be able to play online.
Is the PS5 doing physical media these
I,
days? Because from what I understand, like it's all digital now. It's
for
just
some reason, I
about
thought you could get.
the RAM speed and the hard drive space.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I
Because
think you
I
can because
know there are
there's a
PS4s
PlayStation
you
5.
can't.
There's a PlayStation 5 digital edition, and then there's a PlayStation 5 like regular edition.
Okay, well, same for the PS4. I know after a minute and a half, they were like, no more disk drives. We're tired of that shit. Everything's downloadable. And guess what? If you still have the drive on your PS4, like I do here, if you buy a game and you throw the disc in, it still has to connect to the internet.
Oh, to update? Yeah.
Not even to update, just to fucking go like, all right, he licensed this physical piece of property.
'Cause, yeah, it has to register to your PlayStation. So then if you try to sell
Hmm.
it to someone else, it won't work because
It
no,
says
this is
no, no,
Cush's
no, no,
version.
no. Right?
Fucking scam. If I pay $100 in total for a fucking game, I should be able to do whatever the fuck I want with it.
Yeah.
God damn
I would
it.
love to blame age on this, but yeah, I don't want a PlayStation 5 and I don't want the whatever new Xbox
Whatever.
symbol, whatever it's called now.
Yeah, I want to, but I'll probably end up just living vicariously through someone else and watching a Let's Play on YouTube.
There you go. I've had enormous number of hours watching other people play a video game on YouTube. Yeah, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Most times it's bad, actually. But it would be the same as watching your friend on the couch play that video game. And no matter how many times it goes, like, it's right there, stupid.
Yeah.
Click there. Click there. And he's like, oh, should I click over here? Maybe I should click over there. What about right here? I'm like, no, it's right there. And then your friend will still do the same. Your real friend, assuming you have him, will do the same. 2 hours.
Anyway, so there you go. Grand Theft Auto 6 coming to a console near you probably in 3 years' time. Household appliances. Ooh, what can they be used for? Well,
Go for the household.
indeed. Simon Luxton, co-host of the Under-Seasoned Barbecue podcast, recently attempted to cook a steak with the sous vide method. For those that don't know what the sous vide method is,
Please.
It's when food is vacuum sealed in a bag
Okay.
and cooked for a long period in a low temperature water bath.
What? Oh, so he's boiling it?
It's
He's boiling it in the bag? That doesn't seem any better than any. You might as well
sort
just take
of.
it out of the bag.
I guess. Well, the place that I work at, that's how they cook their chicken, and it's the way it's done is so it's vacuum sealed, so it keeps all the juices in, and it's very tender, and it's very good if you do it well. If you do it right, sous vide is the way to go.
Something in a world where we're saying don't cook with plastic, this seems very unhygienic.
I mean, what isn't
No,
unhealthy?
a lot of things, But for this story, this doesn't seem like a good story.
Well, it gets worse, my friend.
Oh my God.
So how did Simon manage this sous vide on a budget? Well, Simon cooked his steak in the dishwasher. Yep,
This asshole.
let that sink in.
So
originally,
I'm sorry, Mike Fish. I don't want to
go for it.
interrupt
Ask
you.
your
I have
questions, sir.
questions. I hope you have answers here. But the first things coming up, like, did this asshole literally put like one of those pods? So, for those who've never had a dishwasher and you're few and far between, but you drop the lid, there's a little thing right here, a little compartment. You put a pod in, or you put some gel in, or you can put some powder in, and you seal it, and you close it up, and then
It does
through
it.
hot water and all that, your dishes are clean. Um, is he using any of that, or is he just going? Is he raw dogging it, for lack of a
Yeah,
better
thankfully,
phrase?
he's raw dogging the meat. There was no soap involved
There's
for
always
extra
residue.
flavor.
Always
But
residue.
originally, this idea was planned as an April Fool's video.
Oh.
Like, look at me, get it. I'm looking like I'm serious, but and you're going to think I'm serious, but it's a joke. I cooked a steak in the dishwasher. However, the results were actually so surprising that he was like, this actually came out pretty good. So what he did, so he put the steak in a bag in the dishwasher, done the full cycle, and then he said he rested the steak for 20 minutes, as you should, any good steak. He seasoned it with salt, pepper, and some other ingredients. That's what it says, other ingredients. And then seared it for 90 seconds with butter in the regular format, I guess, to get a crackling crust. But then there you go. That's how he cooked his steak. With the dishwasher.
I wonder what other appliances can be used to cook your dinner. You gotta imagine that a tanning bed could do a pretty good steak, right? Or one of those heated foot spas? I bet that could cook up some great spaghetti.
Ooh.
Why not just, spaghetti in the bidet?
Mmm. What about an iron? I reckon an iron could.
An iron under taquitos.
Yeah. I'm liking that.
Yeah,
Just
yes,
that.
you are.
See that?
You get some tinfoil involved, and then go,
Yeah.
and then you just flatten it out a little bit. It'll actually have like angles to it, as opposed to a curve. But yeah,
And I know it's pretty much exactly the same way of cooking it, but if you don't have an iron, sometimes before I got an iron, because it was just I didn't iron that much, so I just had like this one of those steamers, the steamer, like,
yes,
just
yes.
to
I
get like
was
a
thinking
suit,
about a steamer too.
make your suit look good for a wedding. But whilst you're doing that, bit peckish, put the steamer on your dumplings. Boom.
The steamer is gonna make the. It's gonna take a while for the dumplings to be ready with the steamer, with the steamer.
Yeah.
But it is still an option.
What else could we do? I mean, you could use your car after a long drive, engine's nice and hot,
Um,
crack an egg on it,
so yeah, you can absolutely crack an egg on the hood of your car, especially on a hot day.
clean it first
Or
though.
you can get those jumper cables, connect them
Oh,
to the battery,
oh,
and then connect those to a grill.
oh, I'm liking this.
Okay, and this is all just off the top of my head. I don't know if this is a thing we can do, but
We'll worry about the science later, but
we'll
keep
worry
going.
about the science later. But any scientists watching this in the Serb Squad, please correct us or confirm this. But yeah, we just hook we hook the goddamn jumper cables up to the barbecue or the grill, and just there you go. And all of a sudden, your steak is just cooking.
So what you're saying is like the meshy grilly thing
Hmm.
would then become electrified, like an electric fence.
Absolutely.
So like you have to drop the don't touch it, just drop the steak on
Don't
it.
please don't touch it.
And you might have
Don't
to
touch
use
it with
plastics.
anything.
You might have to use plastic tongs.
You might have new wooden tongs.
Wooden tongs probably better because yes, plastic's bad as we've already
No, plastic will no.
determined.
The wood might set on fire, but you're just ah.
Oh, I don't know if you get the wooden tongs from IKEA, those will fucking survive a nuclear blast.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever bought anything bad from IKEA.
I've never bought anything from IKEA, but I'm excited
What?
that
Oh my, you haven't lived. It's so much
I hear
fun
so
going
much.
through their showroom.
I hear so many amazing things about just the Swedish meatballs, which is a weird thing to
Yes.
buy at an appliance store.
Oh, no, you just go through like their magical wonderland, their showroom with all the fake
Hmm.
living rooms and the fake bedrooms and all that, and where you
Hmm.
can pick a set of drawers that for some reason is called a flagoogle for whatever reason.
Okay.
And then at the end of your little shopping adventure, you go to the cafeteria, line up, pretend you're looking at the menu, knowing you're gonna order the fucking meatballs, and then you enjoy your meatballs.
Huh.
And then you go home and spend 3 hours trying to put together a set of drawers.
Yeah, we don't have IKEA in San Francisco. It's in the East Bay.
Oh,
And yeah, for time travel, I don't even want to take the BART to the East Bay. Like,
what's the bar? Is that a train?
that's public transportation. Yes, sir. Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Oh, I love the word rapid. Is it rapid?
It's pretty fast, actually. Yeah, when it's not being stopped or halted by someone who's suicided themselves,
Oh, Jesus, Kush.
which is actually, yeah, I know we're now demonetized. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I demonetized us.
Well, back to my day job. Way to go,
Someone
Kush.
unalived themselves on the track.
Oh,
Happens
well.
quite a bit, actually.
Now I've lost all the joy from my IKEA story.
Uh, I do that. I'm always bumming out the British people.
Let's just let's just go back to a happy place.
Oh,
Kush has three
please.
testicles.
That'd be
Kush
great,
has three
right?
testicles. There we go. I'm back in the room. I'm back
Hey,
happy.
Kush
I'm happy
has
again.
three of those things.
Ah, and he's gonna meet his other friends. That's great. Great.
Yeah. Oh man.
See, there we go.
What is the triple testicle festival? The triple testicle festival.
Trip
That's what it's called.
the
Triple testicle festival. It's alliteration. It's very good.
what about the triple sack expo, TSX? That sounds fun.
In Montreal, that can be the Montreal offshoot.
Right. I like it. So we're already
Yeah.
expanding. I like it. Gotta think ahead.
Yes. You gotta think
Think
ahead,
big.
and also you gotta pay me to get over there. I thankfully don't have any DUI, so I can cross the border. No problem.
Just don't take any fruit.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway. There you go. So let us know what other household appliances you would like to cook your steak on.
TTF.
There you go. Final story. Oh, this story has annoyed me, right? It always ends up, right? The stories that annoy me most always involve TikTok. Some
I get it.
stupid person on TikTok has said something stupid, right? So a woman named Liana Coy, who is a flight attendant or claims to be a flight attendant,
She's probably flight.
recently claimed on a TikTok video that her and her peers, quote, judge people that order coffee on an airplane. Pourquoi,
Interesting.
as the French would say.
Yes, for why?
Be it regular or decaf coffee, the coffee served whilst up in the clouds is, quote, gross, according to Liana. One of the reasons being that the tanks rarely get cleaned.
Oh, well, whose fault is that? Liam.
Right? Don't fucking judge me. Clean the fucking shit then. Like,
Yeah,
the fuck?
that is your job. We are up there for 11
How am I
hours.
supposed to know you're not doing your fucking job?
Right?
Like, that's like one of those like chefs at those really run down diners, like judging people ordering the fucking scrambled eggs because I can't believe anyone orders that. I spit in that. But well, they don't know that. Another flight attendant who commented on the video, Kevin.
Fucking
That's
Kevin.
his real name.
It's always Kevin.
Said, for me, it's always been the way that the flight attendants have to clean out the coffee pot. So now Kevin's claiming that they do clean them out. Revealing that the coffee gets dumped into the airplane toilet.
Fine.
Bringing the pot spouts dangerously close to the filthy bathroom bowl. Quote,
so clean it, Kevin.
Quote, I imagine there's some kind of backsplash of particles / bacteria, whatever, that goes directly back into the coffee pot, which gets put right back into the coffee mate. Clean it.
I'm so pissed off that every time I take a shit, I have to wipe my ass.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, Kevin.
Fucking Kevin. Yeah, that's just really wild. But like, I opened up that article thinking, oh, this is going to be interesting. What is it that's so gross about the coffee? He said, oh, no, you, Kevin, you are the gross one. The coffee has not done anything. The coffee is just living its life. The coffee is just existing. It's just that you have failed to do your job.
Because you're pouring hot water into it might be helping cleansing it at minimalist. Also, you could clean it, fucking Kevin.
Yeah, just literally put the hot water in. Right, don't put the coffee bits in it. Just put the hot water in. Put a little bit of cleaner. Swooshy. Give it a swoosh.
Swooshy.
Like, it'll take like 30 seconds to a minute, and then you could relax without your judgment laden flight. Right. Fucking
Kevin, you're a cunt. Also, the lady who also started this. Did you mention Leanne? Leanne, you're a cunt. Did you mention what airline this came from, or was that?
Shockingly, they didn't divulge which airline they work for.
Right, fair enough.
Although I think we can all imagine it's probably Spirit or something like that.
Yeah,
that sounds like something a budget airline would do.
I'm alleging it's United.
Fuck United. Fuck United. The amount of times they have fucked me over when I used to have to fly back and forth from England, and they've cancelled. I remember one time, I'm not going to go to the full story because we'll be here for another fucking hour, but they cancelled my flight like an hour before the fucking flight was supposed to happen. So I was already at the airport, and then they were like, well, you fucking work out how you're going to get there. And so the earliest flight I could get was a flight, instead of going straight from New York to London, I had to go from New York to Chicago and then wait for another flight from Chicago to London. By the time I left Chicago, I should have already been in London, but I was further away from where I fucking started. It was a whole fucking thing. I had to take an extra day off of work, and then they emailed me the next couple of days later going, oh, here's $50 voucher. Fuck you.
Fuck
Fucking hate
you,
United.
United. Still allegedly United.
So yeah, let's just assume Kevin and Leanna work for United. Allegedly. I don't want to get into any legal
Like
problems.
I don't think I've been on a Spirit Airlines thing. They come up a lot this recent 8 quarters, maybe even 12 quarters. That's 3 years. Anyways,
Quick math.
yeah, Spirit Airlines not known for doing long flights, so I doubt they're serving much coffee on that. So yeah, it's those long flights. Um, yeah, well, last time I was on a plane, I don't think it was with United. However, again, it was international, so it's just like I'm just sitting here, I'm just watching TV. Let's get some booze going flowing here. And I understood it wasn't complimentary. Sometimes it is. This time it wasn't. Held out the American Express card and was like, pour me another shot. And they'd be like, hey, yeah, at first the little device they had wasn't working. But then I'd just be like, yeah, give me another shot. And they're like, these things aren't free. And I was like, here's my card.
I'm trying to
And
fucking
then
pay.
I've been trying to pay. I haven't changed seats. You could just charge me right now,
You know where I'm gonna
regardless.
be. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna. I'm not escaping anytime soon.
let's keep that shit pouring. And I'm not being oblivious. Like it's about once an hour. It's a long flight. But they were getting very annoyed with me. And I was like, hey, bitch, here's my card. Here's my phone. Figure it out.
Marvelous.
Marvelous. Yes.
I can't remember which
No,
airline it
I'm
was,
sorry.
but there was where they had a system where you didn't have to get your credit card out. It was something along the lines. You have like an account,
Yeah.
and it's just like when you want to pay, they just scan a QR code on your phone, and then it comes out of whichever card you want to assign to that. Blah blah blah.
I don't
So
even
much
need to
easier.
do that. They
So
they
much
should
easier.
just be like, just charge the seat, and that'll keep people from going like, there's a baby next to me. I don't want to sit next to the baby. I'm gonna go sit next to this other guy who's being super reclusive and didn't want to sit next to the baby either. But he's all the way next to the bathrooms. This is me, by the way. So we should sit next to him and be like, don't sit next to me, stupid. That's why I sit next to the bathrooms. Go away.
Or just charge it to the seat, and then after every drink, move to a different seat.
Oh,
Yeah.
fish. So I hate this term, but Mike just gave you guys a life hack. Air horn,
Boom.
air horn, air horn.
Do we have that? Do we have an air horn? I forgot now.
Something close to it, man. Just
Um,
Producer Lathan, why are you a producer still? Works.
that works.
Works.
Yeah, I mean, Ric
That's a life
Flair.
hack. That's your waffle. That's your first Waffle Box life hack. Just go to random empty seats and charge booze to that chair. I'm gonna do it next time I go. I'll make it work. I'll make Toasty
You could
work.
get toasty. Get toasty. But there you go. There are our top stories. Unfortunately, Kevin and Leanna, allegedly of United Airlines, didn't achieve anything. They thought they did, but they didn't. They didn't really achieve anything. But there are some people out there in life who have been achieving things, and they've been achieving things so damn hard that an Irish brewery has given them a certificate they can put on the fridge, and their mum can go, finally, they did something to make me proud. It's now time to
First
talk about it
web
in this
portal
week.
ever.
Dumb World Record of the Week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Why indeed. This week's Dumb World Record comes to us from Alaska. Ooh.
I hate Alaska. I've never been there, but it's wildly overrated.
Oh, yeah. It's the, they had that big thing about, Canada becoming the 51st state, but Alaska is so bad at some point Canada was like, no, you can have that bit. We don't want that bit.
Ah,
Mary Pearl Zelma Robinson, that's a hell of a name,
Jesus
of
Christ.
Ketchikan, Alaska. Ketchikan. Yes, you can. No, it
That's
sounded better in my
funny.
head.
That's funny. No, it's funny. It's funny.
Thanks, appreciate it. So she recently paid a visit to her dentist and left with the title of World's Largest Mouth Gape.
Oh, damn, bitch.
Yeah. So for those that can't picture that, allow me to help you, baby birds. So basically, what she can do, she can go ah. She can like when someone open your mouth, and she go ah. No one in the world can go ah better than her.
Mm.
Keep your mind out of the gutter.
Did we stuff 120 cigarettes in her mouth?
Oh well, this is you know I brought this up several times in the history of Waffle Box. I love a good obscure unit of measurement.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. Sure. Who doesn't?
This
I think it's
one
exclusive to the Waffle Box, but yes.
might be chef's kiss.
No.
So you're wondering how big or how wide can Mary or Marie, I don't know, open her mouth? Well,
Sibling.
so from the top to the bottom, so when she goes from top to bottom measures 2.98 inches. Now, if you can't picture what 2.98 inches are, fellas, put it into perspective. She can fit 5 Jenga blocks in her mouth. Oh,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
good. Measuring things in Jenga blocks. I want to do
Yeah. Well, that's why I
So-
asked if she can fit 120 cigarettes in her mouth. That's the thing.
I'm just like, I don't know if I can fit 2 Jenga blocks in my mouth.
No, you could definitely fit 2 Jenga blocks in your mouth. So.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't have Jenga. I need to buy a Jenga set.
We will gift you that for next Christmas. But you can
Marvelous.
fit. I bet you could fit 4 Jenga blocks in your mouth. The Jenga blocks aren't that fucking wide. I don't even own a Jenga set, and I'm confirming this. Here,
What are you gonna
hold on. This is the width of a Jenga block. Okay, you can fit 4 of those in your mouth. Stupid.
Oh, all right. You're just gonna get so aggressive.
Yeah, I'm an aggressive guy.
Your Jenga block. Your
Yeah.
faux Jenga block. That's
Good.
no Jenga.
Eh.
She said that she used to use it as a party trick when she was younger.
Yes, you did.
I bet she did. But added she
Dirty
doesn't
old-
show her mouth off as much now that she's an adult.
No, she doesn't.
When I do, it kind of creeps people out.
No.
You're around the wrong kind of people.
I'm very aroused.
Like,
That's why Kush is chuckling so hard.
although actually now thinking about it,
Everything is sexual,
everything
like a
is-
lady.
But men generally have to worry about the length that they offer the world.
I'm
But
following you.
now, when you got a woman, when you meet a woman, like imagine going home with a woman that can fit 5 Jenga blocks in her mouth. Now I have to worry about the third dimension. I have to worry about the girth.
No, you don't. She can
Like,
unhinge
am
your
I going to
jaw.
be like a fleshy toothpick to this woman?
Not at all.
Am I going to be able to play her teeth like a xylophone?
No. I mean,
Unless she's into that.
we're in a weird time where choking is fucking sexy. Like you're just laying there and you're like, "Hey, wifey is riding me," and then all of a sudden that bitch starts choking you, and you're like, this is new thing. And hopefully you don't die. That's a new thing. There are other new things where like it's just like, when did a blowjob become boring? That is one
After
of the
about
eternal
45 minutes.
after 45
You're like,
minutes.
all
That's a
right.
fair answer. After 45 minutes.
Let's wrap this shit up.
Well, that's I have many questions. Also, does she have a sister? And it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Jorik. That's for something.
That's her problem, not mine. If she wants it to be shorter, she needs to figure that shit out. Also, I like
Do your
I
job
like
better.
pulling. 45 minutes is fantastic.
I remember back in my youth,
Youth.
I had a young
Youth.
lady request some candle wax to be poured on. And I was like, oh, this is weird. Might be a bit too weird for
Sure.
me. Like, kind
How'd
of
that
put me
go?
out there. Well, you kind of like,
Really?
I mean, yeah. I was like, what? Why? What you want to mean? Now I have to find my lighter. I'm like, where's the nearest candle? It's like this is too distracting,
Well, she should have candles standing by
right?
and a lighter, but you're a smoker. You should have the lighter ready. So,
I mean, but I wasn't wearing my jacket at the time.
it's just candle wax. It's literally nothing. I would be in a church youth group, and we would have to do a thing where we lit a candle. And I was just like, fuck it, just let it drip on my hand. It didn't burn at all. Like, it's here, it's there. No, so someone called us a masochist.
Did
It's
it give
like
you an
there's
erection?
nothing happening here. There's nothing happening here. Just candle wax. Candle wax can be dripping on the floor, can be dripping on my hand. It's not burning. It doesn't hurt. It's not irritating me. It's nothing negative is happening here.
But is something positive happening? Hmm.
Nothing positive is happening either,
Oh.
but nothing negative is happening, which is more important. The most positive thing is I'm finding out I'm immune to candle wax 1 feet above the burning wick.
Well, they say you should learn something every day.
There you go. We learned that
You
at a
learned
very
that.
early age.
Marvelous. Well, congratulations to Marie Pearl Zelma Robinson of Ketchikan, Alaska, for having a very big mouth.
Good for you, bitch.
Anyway, that wraps up the first half of this week's Waffle Box. Still to come. Of course, we've got all the familiar hijinks and ballyhoo, our celebrity birthday Blackjack, Kush's movie review, and all that good stuff. So stick around if you would. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
Hey, around here is barbecue season year-round. That means it's time to kill some factory-farmed animals, pack the cooler, cremate some dead flesh, and invite your friends over to get into drunken fistfights. At Smoked Dreams, we have oversized grills that can smoke a 10-point buck or medium-weight neighbor. Hey, in the suburban backyard barbecue ego wars, you need the equipment to prove you're manly. Fry a turkey live for a great party trick. Or pick up our $15,000 grill with a built-in abattoir. Insert a live animal and it will skin, butcher, and flip it on the grill automatically while your neighbors look on in envy at what a man you are. Forget about charcoal or propane. With our patented mixture of kerosene and liquid hydrogen, you'll scorch the competition. We also sell backyard tiki torches that can be used in case you need to form a drunken mob to run a neighbor out of town. Smoked Dreams. Kill it and grill it.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Hey, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 195. It is officially May 7th, so it's now time to celebrate some celebrity birthdays. And this week's Celebrity Birthday Blackjack is a nice game that we play with Kush, and you can play it along at home. It's nice and simple, but for those who are joining us for the very first time to play Celebrity Birthday Blackjack, Producer Lathan, if you could, explain how this game works.
Well, the rules to Celebrity Birthday Blackjack are pretty simple. Mike is going to name 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthdays today, and all you have to do is guess how old they are now. Your score is based on your margin of error. For example, if the celebrity is 50 years old and you guess 53, you were 3 years out, so you score 3 points. If you're lucky enough to guess their age spot on, you get to deduct 5 points from your score. And to win, all you need to do is keep your score at 21 or below, hence why it's called Celebrity Birthday Blackjack.
Boom! Nice and simple. Kush?
Sure.
How we doing? I forgot to look at this was last week, so you're 6
Oh my
and
god, I
8.
gotta read all those notes. Oh, damn.
This is start last week's show sheet.
Oh, you bastard. Bastardo.
So you're 6 and 8 right now.
Okay.
6 and 8.
Doing better than the Houston Rockets.
Also, since you let the cat out of the bag and we are recording this on Monday, the New York Knicks turned that shit around and just beat the Boston Celtics in game 1 in overtime. What?
Oh, snap, daddy.
Anyway, so let's find out who's celebrating their birthday. You ready, Kush, to play this game?
Let's go.
Let's find out who is celebrity
Number 1.
Canadian professional wrestler and all-round nice guy, Mr. Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens. A little fun fact for you while you're thinking that one over. So Kevin Owens, his real name is Kevin Steen, which he used to wrestle
fight
under the
Steen
name
fight.
Kevin Steen.
Or kill Steen kill. Was it fight or kill?
Kill? Fight Steen. I think it was Fight Steen. Anyway. So he had a child, a young man, a young boy,
Congratulations.
who he named Owen after in honor of Mr. Owen Hart.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very Canadian. Very
and then
Canadian.
when Kevin Steen signed with WWE and they wanted to change his name so they could copyright it, he went by the name Kevin Owens, again as a nod to his son and also Owen Hart.
Okay.
It goes one further. Guess whose birthday it would have been today?
Oh, I don't know. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to distract the time.
Owen Hart's. It was Owen Hart's birthday as well today.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Sorry.
There you go. It all come full circle. So then, that's enough time wasting. Kevin Owens. How old is Kevin Owens?
I'm going to say Kevin Owens is 38 years old. I should say he's 42, but I'm hoping he's only 38.
Well, Mr. Kevin Owens celebrates his 41st birthday today. Ooh. You would have been closer if you went 42, but 38 is not that far off. Only 3 out. 3 out.
3 out. Right. 3 out. We're right.
Celebrity number 2.
Number 2.
Swedish singer-songwriter, Mr. Eagle-Eye Cherry.
Who the fuck is that?
Eagle-Eye Cherry, he did a song, like his big hit was, I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s, with Save Tonight. Save Tonight, and break the game, don't come tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be gone. He is the, I believe, if I'm doing this maths correctly, I think he is the younger brother of singer Nina Cherry. You remember Nina Cherry?
No.
Oh. And what's crazy, Eagle-Eye Cherry is not a stage name. On his birth certificate, his name is Eagle-Eye Cherry.
Just the facts, legally changed. That's fine. That's fine.
Whatever. Don't ruin this for me.
Jeez, I don't know how I could ruin this. I don't even know who this is. I'm going to say 38 again because I don't know who this is.
I mean, I did kind of give you a clue. That
No, you gave me so many clues, but I don't know.
His biggest hit was...
This is a Western European thing. I don't know who this guy is.
26 years ago. He is 57 years old.
Game over. Goodness.
So that's 19
game over.
now. That takes you up to 22.
Oh, I gotta
You're gonna need at least one perfect score here.
I gotta get 3 perfect scores here. Perfect.
One perfect score, and then the other 2 need to be very close.
Let's go 3. All right. Well, okay.
Let's see.
We're apparently still in this.
Number 3.
Number 3.
YouTuber, which we actually spoke about last week, Mr. Jimmy Donaldson, aka Mr. Beast. How old is Mr. Beast?
26.
26 years old. Went in there quick.
Yeah,
Mr. Beast, a.k.a. Jimmy Donaldson, a.k.a. Mr. Beast, he's 27 today. Ooh. Which takes you up to 23. So you still need a perfect score, but you're still in the game. You're still in the game.
So-and-so is the fifth person. Anyway.
Number 4.
I hate everybody.
Colombian singer, and Wikipedia lists him as entrepreneur. I don't know what he's done, but I tip my hat to you, I guess, for being an entrepreneur. Mr. J Balvin. How old is J Balvin?
What is J Balvin known for again?
Colombian singer.
Oh, yeah. I have no idea who this person is. 28.
28 years old is your guess.
No idea who this person is.
Mr. J Balvin is celebrating the big 4-0 today. 40 years old.
Oh my
which
God.
takes your score up to 35.
Losing with style.
Which we're still playing. We're still playing for pride.
Just for funsies. Just for funsies.
Just for funsies. Celebrity number 5.
Number 5.
Is American retired mixed martial artist and Kurt Angle impressionist.
Oh, it's true! It's damn true!
Mr. Frank Trigg. How old is Frank Trigg?
I don't know who Frank Trigg is.
Oh, but geez. Yeah, he's like a MMA fighter. He fought in like UFC, like I think like 30, like one of the early UFCs. And he's if you ever Google image search him, he looks like at some point, right? You know when some people like grow a beard, it looks very distinguished, like me and you. You know, we grow a beard, we look very distinguished, right?
Sure.
Whereas this guy, Mr. Frank Trigg, when he grew out a beard, he looked like he was going through what am I saying? What am I trying to look for, Mr. Dusty Rhodes?
Hard times!
Yeah, he looked like he was going through some hard times.
Hard times!
I just to wiggle that soundbite in.
Hard times!
Always
Dusty Rhodes.
Always a great soundbite. I almost fell off my stool there the first time. Not exaggeration. No hyperbole.
How old is Frank Trigg, retired mixed martial artist? Come on, you got this one.
UFC 30. He is 56 years old.
56 is your guess.
Yes.
He is 53 years old. Ooh, you was close. You was close. Which takes you up to a final score of 38, which unfortunately means, Mr. Hayes, once again, you're a loser.
You lose.
All right, so we're gonna make a long episode long. In the years of analog cable, that's opposed to digital cable, that's opposed to Wi-Fi, satellite, whatever. We're talking analog cable where we had less than 99 channels. Pay-per-view is a thing. It's not on demand, it's pay-per-view. So when you want to watch Terminator 2, it starts at 7 p.m. And if you're at 7:02, you missed 2 minutes of that movie, etc., etc.
Or you could hear the movie, but it was just static, and you had to pay to remove the static.
No, not even a thing. They would actually give you 5 minutes for free. Do you still want to watch this movie? And you could say, yes, I do, or you just get cut off. But if you wanted to watch it, you could still record it on your video cassette recorder, your VHS, your VCR. VHS is the medium. Anyways, where I'm going with this is when the original UFC came out, the Ultimate Fighting Championship #1 I was like,
Who
this
knows?
sounds cool. Sounds like the video game Street Fighter, but in real life. Hey, hey, Russian Jewish friend, you got that little black box? Here's a video cassette. Would you mind recording that? Not only did it do that, but he also added the next 3 hours of video cassette with his dad's stolen signal of
Pornography?
the Playboy channel.
Hey!
Boom. Didn't charge me for a goddamn thing. Costas, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And guess what? We would watch the original Ultimate Fighting Championship and be disappointed that like everybody's just choking each other. This isn't like the kung fu movies I've seen. Everybody's just choking each other and like that.
And
And
then you went to
there's
the
a little thing where
Playboy
they tap
channel.
their shoulder, and that's the game. Like no, I want to see a martial arts thing you have in here. I would also be like 12, maybe 14. So I just want to just put that little blanket on that.
So you went from watching grown men getting choked out on UFC to grown men being choked on the Playboy channel.
You know what? That was not a thing.
Oh, there's no hand jobs on the Playboy channel at that point?
There's hand jobs, but so nobody is being choked
No,
on
I
the
mean,
Playboy
like, you know,
channel. They're hand jobs, but
choked.
they're also kind of meh, just off screen. Just a little
Oh,
hand. There's definitely no money shots. We
ka-ching.
would not have any of that growing up until we were well into our 20s and the internet was a thing.
The good old days.
Hmm.
Remember
Kush.
trying to look at pornographic imagery with a dial-up modem? Oh,
Yes.
Jesus.
It would fucking dial in, and then it would be like, "Brr."
And it would like just be loading up, and then just as it was about to get to the good stuff, someone would phone the house and you get kicked off, and they'd be like, "No!"
Oh, the dial-up modem internet days.
Oh,
You
that was so
know,
depressing.
so into my mid-20s, that was still a thing. And anytime one of my roommates wanted to kick me off the internet, he could just pick up the phone and just start smashing the keys, and that would kick me off the internet. And I'd be like, son of a bitch. But anytime I try to do that, never worked.
Hmm.
They'd be like, I'm just downloading this Britney Spears album. Fuck off.
Sure you are.
And I'm like, hey, man, I've mashed the keys like multiple times. Like, I don't want to tell you. Still downloading. Oops, I did it again. Part 3 or whatever. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I'm about to download this new album on LimeWire. And now for me to go
LimeWire.
watch
So many STDs.
7 hours of TV, and then I'm sure it'll be done by the time I finished. Oh my God.
Goodness.
Remember that? Remember taking like
Yes.
10 minutes to download just one song?
10 minutes. Sometimes it would take much longer.
And then you'd finally get it, and it would be like a fucking different song. You'd be like, no, motherfuckers got me.
I was in that era where you could try and download the new Madonna song, which I don't remember what song this was supposed to be, nor did what.
Like a Virgin.
Madonna's put out some bangers. No one has to fucking deny that. But whatever song this was,
4 minutes.
if you tried to
Justin
download
Timberlake.
it illegally, it was Madonna just cussing you out for 10 minutes long. Like, you stupid motherfucker. Why would you think you could download my thing without paying for blah, 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 blah. But iTunes wasn't also a thing yet.
Or Napster and
Like
LimeWire.
it was most likely still Napster, at least in the Americas. But iTunes definitely wasn't a thing. So it was like when iTunes came around, it was like, oh, 99 cents for a song. I don't have to buy the entire fucking album for the one song I like. Cool. Give me here's $1.
Here's my 99 cents.
Yeah. Oh my God. No, iTunes in 2006 greatest thing ever in 2006.
Until they force you to
19
have
years
that
ago.
fucking U2 album.
That's a whole different thing, and I would actually have to instruct several people on how to not have that thing on their iTunes anymore.
Well, yeah, you just delete it.
Negative. There's also the Apple TV gimmick. So you could delete it from your laptop, but you would have to literally go into your iTunes account. Okay? Follow me here, Mike. You would have to go to the iTunes page, the whole app, whatever. You would have to go into your account. You would have to go to music. You would then have to go to you, and then you would have to go to U2, and then whatever U2 albums you didn't fucking acquire personally, you know, yeah. Anyways, delete that album. You'd have to do that many steps.
Keep on.
It was fucking wild. Wild time 20 years ago.
The Wild West. Not the Wild West. Where do we
Internet
get
wise.
here from here? Anyway, Kush Hayes, unfortunately,
we're doing a movie
birthday
review?
Blackjack. But if you were playing along at home, let us know your score and in the comment section below, or enjoy wafflebox@gmail.com or wafflebox on Twitter.
All that stuff can be cut out.
What's that?
All of that can be cut out.
Ah, it's classic. I'm sure there's someone at home going, wait, that's how to get rid of that fucking album? And they'll be like, oh, we saved the day.
Yeah, sure.
You know, if we can just help one person, it's worth it.
Bonus.
But yeah, unfortunately, with that losing score, that takes you to 6 and 9. 6 and 9.
69.
But that wraps up the May 7th edition of Celebrity Birthday Blackjack.
Could be March. I don't know anymore.
It's gonna be March. No, wrong song.
I don't know what that is.
Because everyone was like, when it turned May, every fucking year it's about to turn May, everyone goes, hey, do you know what's tomorrow? And then they post that picture of Justin Timberlake. It's gonna be May.
So I've seen that meme. It has been explained to me. I don't know what it is, and I don't remember what the answer is.
Well, there's a song. It's gonna be
part.
me, but the way Justin Timberlake sings it, it sounds like it's gonna be May.
Okay. Yeah, no. So I was in my early 20s when Justin Timberlake separated from NSYNC.
Correct.
Thank you. I didn't even know that much. Oh, I'm already a winner. I knew we were playing the game. So I knew he was the best person out of that that group.
That's up for a debate.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. I wasn't listening to Justin Timberlake at that time.
Well, that was It's Gonna Be May was NSYNC.
Sure.
That was an NSYNC song.
Noted.
But speaking of like things that happen around dates, do you know what I'm fucking sick of as well?
What are you sick of about it?
Star Wars Day.
Oh, yeah. May the 4th be with you, followed by Revenge of the 5th.
Like, I'm just gonna bet now that's gonna be my thing. Like throughout the entire month of May, every fucking day I'm gonna do that. May the 11th be with you. Just to piss people off. May the 17th be with you.
I'm not at that. If you do that to me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. But however, if I watch you do that to everybody else, I'm gonna like, yeah. The Star Wars fans especially. You have to hit the Star Wars fans specifically.
Do you know what will make it even better?
Please let me know.
If you go up to a Star Wars fan and do, May the 15th be with you. Huh? Get it? Nah, I'm just kidding. I love Star Trek. And just watch them.
So the whole Star Wars versus Star Trek thing was a thing while you and I were growing up. I know there's a small age gap between us, but that was still a thing, and that's not a thing anymore. It's definitely not a thing anymore. Star Wars fans are Star Wars fans, Star Trek fans are Star Trek fans. and the two can commingle. It's not like pro wrestling fans can be MMA fans, but MMA fans still can't be pro wrestling fans. Except when The Undertaker and Stone Cold Steve Austin are involved for some reason.
Speaking of the Star Trek, Star Wars thing, do you know what? I'm gonna say something.
Say something. I'm
gonna say something controversial yet brave.
Oh shit! All right, hold, whoa, whoa. Let me hold on the frames here. Okay, I'm holding on the frame.
I say there are more Star Trek movies that are good versus Star Wars movies. I said it. I said it.
You said it. I agree with it.
Star Trek's better than Star Wars. Sorry.
I could go either way, but I agree with that statement. Yeah. Clip that, Mike Fish. Put that on an isolated YouTube channel.
I'm telling myself to clip that 1:15.
No, I'm Kush Hayes is telling you to click that.
Star Trek. Better.
Dude, we're gonna get so many clicks off that. It's fucking ridiculous.
Star Wars. I'm gonna look you in the eye.
I'm gonna fucking just take a sip off my pint here.
I can wipe my ass with Chewbacca. Anyway, it's now time. Speaking of
motherfucker, what'd you say?
Speaking of movies, it's now time to hand the reins over to Mr. Kush Hayes because he's gonna talk about a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review. Hit the music.
Kush's Movie Review.
This week's Kush's movie review is The Surfer. Written by Thomas Martin, directed by Lorcan Finnegan. It stars Nicola Cage as Sir Timothy John Berners-Lee, the man who created the World Wide Web. Everything seems to be growing great for Timmy until he runs across a pair of rowing twins from Harvard that believe that he stole their idea until Justin Timberlake comes along and saves the day. The end. Get it?
Oh.
The Surfer.
I figure it's a European thing.
The Surfer. Surfing the World Wide Web.
I got that.
And then I intertwined it with the Social Network movie.
No.
It's fucking great.
That's okay.
When you listen back to this, you're going to go, oh my God. Mike is a genius.
Okay.
A comedic
genius. Take a minute, baby. Have some popcorn. Eat a couple macadamia nuts. It's all right. Sorry, I got this.
Genius. Anyway, tell us about this
I'm
movie.
gonna give you about 5 minutes. This one can be a long review. I got you about 5 minutes.
Justin Timberlake was in the Social Network.
Sure. I mean, confirmed he was there.
The Winklevoss twins was played by the same guy.
Wasn't that fantastic? Armie Hammer.
His name was Arnie Hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with Arm & Hammer.
No, same family.
No!
No, that's confirmed. Same family.
Just the facts, ma'am.
I hope that's true. That's amazing.
No, I'm confirming it. Same family. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it.
I love Arm & Hammer.
That's a whole other episode.
Because someone got paid a lot of money to come up with the logo for Arm & Hammer. And it was like, should we just draw an arm holding a hammer? Done it. Boom.
Also, the dude who Arm and Hammer was a whole separate company. And this dude named Armand Hammer is like, I want to buy you. And they're like, all right.
Wait.
Well, how much do you want to buy me for? And they're like,
so Armie Hammer.
Yeah.
His family just bought Arm & Hammer?
Yeah. Centuries ago.
That was a coincidence. Well, not a coincidence, but...
Yep.
So how did...
I mean, he could be
this could be a whole other fucking episode.
Army the Third. He could be Army the Fourth. That's none of that is important. What is important is there was a company called Arm and Hammer. And some dude's just like,
that's like my name.
Last name's Hammer. I'm gonna buy you.
I'm gonna buy that.
Here's some money. Here's all the money. Here, have some money.
Didn't Army Hammer get cancelled for some reason at some point?
He got quote unquote canceled for
getting hammered.
And cannibalism that never happened.
Wait, what? I just assumed it was like he was getting too touchy-feely with the wrong people at the wrong time.
Army Hammer has lived that tax bracket that you and I will never achieve. Hopefully we will never achieve the status where you've had so much sex before you hit the age of 20 where you're just like, yeah, I want to start eating bitches. And
literally,
we're not talking about eating out their pussies. We're like, I'm gonna cut off a part of you. I want to eat it. I'm gonna cook it, and then I'm gonna eat it, and I'm gonna tell you about it.
In the dishwasher?
Maybe. That could be his kink, honestly.
That's what we call a callback in this entertainment.
By the way, for that callback, if you're watching the isolated movie review,
this is gonna be so fucking confusing.
Go back
to watch the full fucking episode. Don't be lazy.
Full episode. Again, 2 hours. We're doing this thing.
It happens.
Anyway,
it happens when we get late.
Army Hammer technically kind of got canceled for just texting a fantasy that some lady.
I want to eat you.
You just want. He went a little graphic. He's like, I want to cut off parts of your vital anatomy. I need that. But guess what?
Now I feel bad for earlier in the episode talking bad about the candle wax kink. That's nothing compared to the fucking cutting people's bodies apart.
Not only is it nothing, but I told you that I was in a church youth group just melting wax on my hand. But also, at the same time, this is way less.
Sexual conversation about the church group that's opening up a can of worms right there.
Way less. Way less than that. Way less than that.
Why do I have to be on my knees to pray? You'll find out, son.
I'm happy to tell you that was never the thing. Not my experience.
Anyway. The Lord, as they say.
Goodness.
Anyway, Nicola Cage in a movie. What's that about?
We've been talking about a movie. We haven't even gotten to the movie. We are talking about The Surfer. You gotta say both words. All three syllables. The Surfer. For some reason, it's rated R. I don't understand that. But this could be a PG-13. But whatever. It is 100 minutes.
Ooh, not bad.
An hour and 40 minutes.
For those of
you who don't do math. It's directed by a gentleman named Lorcan Finnegan. He's
a great name.
Stuff. It is written by another gentleman named Thomas Martin. That's the other thing.
Less good name.
Starring Nicolas Cage.
Marvelous.
And another gentleman named Julian McMahon.
You're fired.
You are fired. This is oh my goodness. This is
technically an
international movie.
Sexual ways.
A foreign film. Between Ireland and Australia. And quite frankly, the only reason this movie got made was because Nicolas Cage was like, yeah, I'm in. I'd like to go to Australia for 5 days. So, here's the gimmick. Nicolas Cage is buying a piece of property on this very specific beach. While he is an American, he grew up on this space, and he wants to take his child of a divorced marriage surfing. That should not be as exhausting as it was to explain. However, all of that does happen, and they get exiled. They're like, "Yeah, you're not from here," and he was like, "No, dude, I grew up right over there. That's where you're at. Well, and I'm buying the property." And they're like, "If you're not local, you can't surf." It's a whole thing. I wanted to be into this. I wanted to be a part of this. I was happy to have been a sneak preview of this, but as it's going on, and I appreciate while I normally don't appreciate these things, I appreciate the homage to 70s films. The gentleman who was a cinematographer was fantastic about this, where Nicolas Cage, being Nicolas Cage, just goes crazy. And you can imagine him looking to the sun, and then all of a sudden the camera just like pans up, or sometimes it pans down. If you see the movie, and I can't recommend you see this movie. I'm spoiler alert, I'm not giving this a 1, but it's not a good review. Anyways, that Mighty Chortle by Mike Fish was very fantastic, and I appreciate that. So, anyways, look, this guy goes through a lot to take his son surfing on this beach he grew up on. It's been inhabited by a group of quote unquote locals.
What's with quote unquote locals?
People who have been surfing there for the 20 years that Nick Cage hasn't been there. Nicolas Cage is wealthy, at least at the minimal rich. We don't know what he does, but also the entire time in this movie, I'm just like, hey man, just go back to your fucking hotel room. Like, he has his hybrid, or maybe even his electrical vehicle, just parked in the parking lot. And then, like, little by little, the car gets repossessed or towed. His phone gets stolen. He's out of food. Like, at some point, I was like, hey, man, you could just go back to your hotel room, if not home, at any time. This dude spends 4 to 5 days in this parking lot of this beach. Mike Fish, you have a question.
Does Nicolas Cage at any point in this movie do an Australian accent?
Negative.
Ah.
Yeah, no, good question. Negative.
Does he actually do any surfing? Or is it mainly
Yes.
based in the parking lot?
If he doesn't do any surfing, his stunt double does. Yes.
Is your microphone stand okay? It seems
Negative.
to be going limp.
We're revisiting the first 2 years. So, anyway, I'm holding on to my microphone stand. It's fine. Don't worry about that.
So what was it? So it's not 1 out of 5, or is it 1 out of 5?
It's definitely not a 1 out of 5, but this movie only got made because Nick Cage was attached to it. So that's a positive, but I can't give it more than a 2 out of 5.
Well, there you go. The Surfer, starring Nicolas Cage and not Justin Timberlake. 2 out of 5. Don't bother. Anyway, let's wrap this show up. Otherwise, because Kush's arm is going to go dead if we continue this any longer, holding up his microphone stand.
No, it'll be fine. I think.
Wow.
That's hilarious because I have a specific tape marked right there. It's all counterbalance. This is science, kids. You have to have counter and balance.
Anyway, let's wrap this show up in a nice, warm, and fuzzy bow so we can all go to bed feeling good about ourselves. It's now time.
That'd be great.
for this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel-good story is almost like an amalgamation. I made that word up. Of two of our segments. So this is a feel-good story, and it's also a world record. What? That's a twofer.
Ooh.
In late March, over 900 people gathered to play Monopoly, an event that earned the Guinness World Record for the most people playing, you guessed it, Monopoly. The gathering took place in Sydney, Australia. There we go. There's a connection to the movie review. And was in honor of a young girl who loved the game. The parents of Allegra, her name's Allegra.
Sure.
I wonder if she was like, did she ever have any?
Sure, Allegra came before the aloe.
Or she's just, she doesn't have what's the word I'm looking for? We call it hay fever in the UK. You call it hay
fever.
Allergies. Or
hay fever.
When you get anyway. Allegra Vasilou.
Hay fever.
Who died from brain cancer in 2017
at the age
of 6.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, right? So, but the parents said they cherished the memory of playing Monopoly with their daughter, who, quote, would always uphold the rules and beg for just one more rematch. Players broke up into over 150 tables of 6, all using an officially licensed version of the game, which was added with Allegra's image on each board game.
Oh, fucking hell.
The Little Legs Foundation, which was created in Allegra's memory to raise awareness for brain cancer, hosted the event, which beat the previous record of 733 people. So there you go. Isn't that nice? Over 900 people getting together to play Monopoly in honor of a brave young girl who unfortunately lost her battle to brain cancer recently.
I generally don't know. Oh my God. There's a great movie game. I'm sorry I don't have a name for this. There's a great documentary out there about people who play speed Monopoly. Go watch that.
I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Monopoly shouldn't be sped through. Monopoly should be cherished. The whole point of playing Monopoly is for at some point you to go, we've been doing this for 6 hours. That's the fun.
These folks get through it in 20 minutes.
Go
watch that documentary and cleanse yourself.
No.
If you want Monopoly to be a pure thing again, like, oh my God, I'm gonna start drinking more. God damn it.
I'm a proud member of MGA. Make Monopoly great again. MGA. I'm still working on the colored hats. I don't know what colored hat I'm going to go with.
Purple.
Or green. Green for money.
Green for money.
Make Monopoly great again. Well, there you go. Nothing makes us feel good than talking about a little girl that died of cancer. That wraps up this week's Waffle Box, episode 195. Oh my God, we're so close to episode 200. I can feel it in my loins. Kush, any forms of note? Okay, fantastic. Tell you what,
I'm defeated by the cancer girl. Like,
still enjoying Last of Us, although that took a left turn, but I'm not going to spoil anything. But if you do want to get in touch with us, go to Waffle Box on Twitter, at WafflePod on Blue Sky. Go to enjoywafflebox.com for how you can support the show monetarily, or just by subscribing or sharing the love. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets about the Waffle Box podcast. We sure as shit appreciate it. If you do want to get your voice heard on this show, you can send us a voice message or a text message to 347-559-5227. That's 347-559-5227. But it's a good night from me. It's a good night from Kush. Producer Lathan? Anything you want to add before we head off?
Nah, I got nothing. But I was reading that apparently there are 8 NFL teams that don't have cheerleaders. I don't know whether that's progressive or depressing. I guess I'll leave you with that to mull over. Good night.
Marvelous. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.
Pay me off, Johnny.